Hello, good afternoon, everybody. This is Shambhavi here on Collaborate to Co-Create. And as you can see, this is a series which we have been having with industry people from the same industry and different expertise areas. Today, I have three wonderful ladies, and you must have seen their poster a couple of days back as well as today, just now. What are we going to talk about today? It is insurance. And insurance conversations are so important. Particularly, today I was reading an article which was shared by somebody a week back, apparently, where they mentioned about how women are having more heart attacks. And in fact, it's even more than what breast cancer is. And we don't know about this. It's only because research is indicating this. What are our other challenges which are there? It's not just for us in the UAE, it's a global challenge. The increasing aging population. There are so many different aspects and levels and stages of insurance that one really doesn't understand much. But today, I have three amazing ladies here who are going to share their knowledge with us. Please feel free to join us now or later and ask us those questions which you always wanted to ask. So, here I'm going to bring onto stage. I have here Ritu Sharma, Insurance and Financial Advisor from Alphatem Orient. Hello, Ritu. How are you today? And
I'm
I
good.
have
How are you,
Archana.
Samri?
Yeah, thank you. I have Archana here who's on mute. And yeah, Archana from Platinum Insurance Brokers. Hello, Archana. How are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you so much for having me on here, Dr. Champavi.
Right. And we have Samida here, Life and Financial Consultant. And how are you, Samida?
Hi, Dr. Shambi. I'm good. I'm good. Thank you.
Thank you. So, Dr. Samida, I think there's a little hissing noise from your side, which is not related at all, but definitely maybe you could put yourself on mute when we are talking. Thank you so much.
Okay.
And I'm sorry about that, but I'll invite you to talk at that time. Please do come on stage and do make sure that you're unmute. So let us start our conversation here first today with a little bit about your background. And I would like to start with Ritu. Ritu, can you tell us a little bit about your background and how long you've been in this industry? Why insurance? Tell us a little bit about that.
Hi everyone, I'm Ritu, qualified insurance and financial advisor with Alphatem Orient, with an experience of over 10 years in the industry. I had the opportunity to work with clients across all age groups, so that was one attraction for me to come to this field. This is one field where everyone needs insurance and you get the maximum opportunity to deal with people. My areas of specialization include child education planning, retirement solutions, and wealth creation strategies. And I'm excited to be here today and share some practical and useful insights with you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Samida, why insurance?
Hi, everyone. So, myself, Dr. Samada. So, professionally, I'm a dentist, but dentist turned into insurance because my background is I have an emotional connect to this because my mother was a CA patient. So, I had a family history of cancer. So, post COVID, I wanted to put forward this thought to make an awareness, to educate people how important is it to have a critical illness and a life insurance so that it does not touch your hard-earned savings.
Right. Thank you. Thank you for that. Archana, how about you? Tell us a little bit about your background and then why insurance.
Yeah. So I come from a small town called Amritsar, and I have two masters in marketing and chemistry. And I have experience in past 30 years in different industries. Why insurance? It just happened, 6 8 years back. I think one the atmosphere at home makes a lot of difference, because Platinum Insurance Broker is owned by my husband. I think that's where I just started with a little kind of, okay, just let me touch, just check it out. And then I started enjoying it so much, because end of the day we all come here to serve, and I don't think there is any other industry apart from teaching which can be considered as serving if you do it well. So that's the reason I'm here.
So that's amazing. And I should ask you offline whether you get a salary, a proper salary or not, since you're working with your husband. But that's a question for another day. So I was reading this group on Facebook. They put out messages on how to save money and things like that. And one of the things which came up in that is yesterday somebody had posted that he is in his 40s, has a wife in her 40s, has two kids, and would like an insurance which covers kind of everything, including dental, and which would also be in multi countries where it could be used. So now this is something which is our ideal insurance plan. Yes. So what do you think? How would you, if I came to you with such a suggestion and such a request, what would you actually ask me to do? And I'm looking at paying minimum premium. Okay, this is another thing. So what is it that which you would like to suggest to such people? And I would like to start with Samvida. Samvida, if you could tell us what is it that you would recommend to them at this particular. Is this a dream plan, or is that something which is possible?
See, this is possible under general insurance actually. So medical, because medical is mandatory. So of course, when the person is above 30, like 25, I would say rather 25, above 25, everybody should have it because the lifestyle is like this. Everybody needs a protection cover. So the insurance basically is based on the requirement. We provide solutions based on the requirements of the people because the premium always varies with the coverage as well as the age. The younger we are, the premiums are lower.
Right, right. So, Ritu, I have lived here in this country for 35 years. And honestly, when we came in here, there was no insurance. There was no talk of insurance at all. You just went to the doctor, you just paid money, and you went to the government hospitals, and you had a kind of a very fair amount, which you would just pay, very minimal amount. And delivery, pregnancy, everything was taken care of. And but as time progressed, we started getting insurance. And then as time progressed, the insurance, it became more, and then it became mandatory for the laborers and for every employee. From your point of view, from Al Futem Orient, what do you think of, how do you go about it, how do you go about educating the employers first of all about what kind of insurance plans they should have, and what is a prerequisite, what is a non-negotiable?
See, as you mentioned, in earlier days when you came, the it was not mandatory to have insurance. But now, as the things are very expensive, and the medical cost really goes high for people, their pockets can't afford it. So it's very important that I mean, the earlier they start with a term insurance with the mandatory critical illness and other riders, so their basics are taken care of. As in financial planning, the first step is protection. Insurance gives you a safety net. It takes care of all your death, disease, and disability. So it's very important because times are uncertain. And also, if we take care of inflation part, in your times the things were not this expensive. Now people can't afford the hospitalization and medical costs in UAE or anywhere in the world. So it becomes very, very important you start early, and if possible you put in a place where your wealth creation is also happening at the same time.
Right. Yes, I'll come back to this in a bit. But a question for Archana. Archana, I keep tagging you on and off whenever I see anybody asking for insurance. And one of the biggest challenges I think we come across is people asking for insurance for their parents, because now the government has opened up and sponsor our parents. You can have them on golden visa, and the insurance charges. Well, you go ahead. You tell me rather than I tell you. Tell us.
You are good.
Tell us.
Yeah. So see, the older we get, the more pricier we get more expensive for everything. So now what happens is anybody who's on, parents visa above 65, they have to have a medical. Sometimes people don't want to declare conditions, and that becomes a challenge. You can't judge anybody. You can advise. That is your job. Like you being in, when you are teaching, you tell your students what has to be right. Not everybody follows. But if you can see the cost and everything of the way medical is getting expensive, even in our home country, say India, it's I don't think it's that expensive. If you actually see the parents, the basic medical also, it comes to 5,000, 6,000, if the basic one. But you do it per day. How much is it that expensive? Every one of us during Diwali time and another time, we buy one necklace, one gold this. Where do we keep it? In the locker. Your life, you get it only once. You have to take care of it. If you don't take care of your own life, who else is going to take care of it? And I understand people have challenges, when sometimes they've had, like I had a client who had a stent done, and he was like, no, I should not have got it. Everything was fine. And the doctor, something had happened in his home country. And when we got his reports and everything, he actually, his premium didn't rise. He's my only client where the premium didn't rise. The insurance just took the risk down. Instead of 1 million, they gave a cover of 250,000. But because his reports were good, insurance, say one person gets one premium, it does not mean the same for the other person, you will get the same premium. But insurance is, for the basic insurance, let's talk about that. When it's just at the moment 715, it actually comes less than 2 dirhams per day. And we say insurance is expensive. When a grocery guy comes to our home, we give a tip. Anybody does the delivery. Where
I
is
must say,
insurance expensive?
yeah, I must say, I never thought about this as a per day. It's always, for some reason, it is always the insurance people and it is
Yeah,
everybody else.
yeah, that
With
is
due
because,
apologies. And
no,
I'm so grateful
perfectly
that
all
you
right.
ladies are here. I'm
It's
so
perfectly
grateful
all
that
right,
you
because what happens is everyone thinks that is the way the media has always projected. You see an insurance person, oh, I will sell something. But insurance is the only thing which stands with you when you need help, not only medical, the life insurance. Life insurance is so important. Younger
right.
the person takes it, better it is for the person. So,
I know we don't try to think about too much when you're young, and that is something which I think now it's getting rectified because everybody has. Samveda, I'll come to you. Two things to ask you. One is, of course, the dental part of it, and second is about the critical illness. Tell us a little bit more about that, about why critical illness is something which is different from a regular coverage. Why should it be like that? Why can't everything be the same? Because these terms get so complicated. Tell us a little bit about that, please.
So basically, the confusion which many people have, they just say that we have medical insurance. That is very good. Medical insurance is a mandatory part in UAE that we all should have. It's the basic thing. But coming to critical illness, we have many options in that. Number one, it's worldwide covered. So there is no restriction of network. Like unless in medical insurance, we are just, with the network as to Zulekha. So critical illness gives you a freedom. It gives you a security net, a wider network, so that you are any place of the world, you can get your checkup, you can get your hospital bill, everything. We will not ask you because company will just pay you the financial security. At the same time, the another advantage is the same money you can use in your post recovery, because you will be on the bed in the critical illness. It's a medical emergency. You won't be working. So that time the income loss is subsidized by this. So you can use in your transportation, post recovery, on your kids, on your rentals. So critical illness is a must. And one more point I would just like to add on this is medical insurance. Most people can afford if they don't have. Like if I don't have medical insurance, hardly I need to pay 1,000, 2,000 for consultation or for the checkups. But unlike if something happens, some unforeseen event like cancer, heart attack, the huge money nobody will pay me, not even my neighbor, friends, family. Even my savings won't be enough to sustain. So it's a huge lump sum amount which critical illness pays. So these two, three differences, I always tell my client, this is why it is very, very mandatory. And post-COVID, owing to the change in lifestyle, we all should have. And it comes with
Right.
a very basic cover. Like the
Mm.
premium amount is very low.
Right. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. Ritu, I'm going to ask you more about, tell me specifically about the employer-employee thing, about how do you make sure that your employees, the people who are there in the company, they are taking the correct insurance, because every person, we know that genetically things could be different, and then you sometimes I know companies take a common premium across, but that much coverage is not required. Then how do these things work? How do you assess on an individual basis, or is it as a company itself? How does that happen?
Shamita, I'm sorry. Can you please repeat the question? Actually, I'm getting some network issues. I'm not able to hear the question properly.
Right, right, no problem. I just wanted to ask you that, in a company, there are many employees.
Yeah.
So do you go through every case, or
Yes.
is it the employer and the company which you deal with? How do you go through with the premium? And the premiums are being set and stuff like that. When there's a co-premium happening with the employee, then how do you go about it?
We generally go with the, like, if it's a group policy, generally it's like the whole company, all the employees are taken care. Hello,
Yeah, we are not able to
can you
hear
hear
you.
me?
No, it keeps breaking in between. Speak now. When you say, "Can you hear me?" we can hear. That's the thing about tech, actually. When you say, "Can you hear me?" that's when we can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah, so when it's a group policy, the all the employees are taken care in that, and there are no prerequisite, like everything is covered. But when you're going for individually, then you have to declare the pre-existing conditions. So whatever you have, like you, if you're detected with a diabetes or cholesterol, you have to declare that. And as per the policy, the co-payment also changes.
Right. So we are having some challenges here, but it's okay. Yeah, Ritu is so Archana, very quickly, tell us a little bit. So we spoke a little bit about personal insurance, medical. Samita mentioned about critical. Archana,
Yeah,
are you there? Yeah. Can
yeah,
you
yeah.
tell us? Yeah. Can you tell us a little bit about asset insurance? More and
Uh,
more people are buying houses now. So tell us a little bit about asset insurance.
yeah, okay.
What is your advice to people on that?
That is the property insurance, what when
Yeah,
you are buying a
property. Yeah,
property. Yeah. So basically, sometimes people buy the mortgage insurance is there, which people take it when they are taking the home on mortgage. So mortgage insurance they have to take. And the banks at that time insist on that because they need to get their money recovered. That's why they make
correct.
you buy mortgage insurance. But
Yeah,
it's your property. If something happens to it, you have stuff in it, so it is that is called property insurance. And when you include the stuff inside there, it is called contents also get included in that. So it is property insurance is so must for the property people are buying. And property is not insurance is not only for the these you can say the homes which everybody is buying. It is for the restaurants, it is for the offices. You never know in which building something happens. Like recently we did have a fire in Barsha, right? It was a huge fire, a lot of damage has been happened. Now I don't know how much the damage was there, but apparently it was a huge damage. So if that person was not insured, if that restaurant was not insured, it would be a huge problem. It would be a huge
yeah,
problem because the third
correct.
party has to be done. If your by there is some mistake, some problem in your home, and the next home also or next office gets damaged. So property insurance is not for only when we buy homes. It is for the offices. They are so important. One of wire water pipe bursts, you will have such a big problem on your hands.
Right,
When a building is made, at that time you require insurance. It is called
right,
contractor all risk policy. So
right,
every see, if you have an asset, anything which is of value, it can be insured.
right. So, Samida, could you throw a little light about you're a financial consultant also? Tell us a little bit about that role that you play, and is there a niche for people who you advise on that?
Yes, so again, it comes to the client's requirements. So insurance advisors, primary, the thing is we need to ask the requirements, like what are the requirements, what are they looking for. So we do have plans which also have the combo like protection come savings. So we do have pure investment plans because for investments, we have a wider range of things people can invest in trading, stocks, assets. So, but when coming to insurance, the good thing is people can buy those plans which can take care of their protection factor also and can give them returns also. And the same savings they can use for their child education, for the retirement, and for their children's marriage. So it depends upon client to client. The solutions are based upon what they are looking.
Yeah, I think Ritu also mentioned that, right? Ritu, about where your whatever you're invested is also earning money, isn't that? You also mentioned something about that, right? Please share a little bit, throw a little
Yes,
light on that, please.
yes, Sam. As you mentioned, I told you earlier also. again, financial planning is like a roadmap, it helps individuals manage their money wisely, where they have to invest, because it all depends on their needs and goals. So we have guaranteed as well as unit linked plans, so you can choose, and accordingly you can add riders like accidental death benefit, critical illness, hospital cash benefit. So it takes care of your investment and insurance. It's a very good combination for anybody who is looking to start, or even if you have gone ahead and you want to top up your insurance, and with your investments, like you want to invest for your child's further education, or you're looking for some pension plan which is also with unit link. So these are all things you have to keep updating as well.
So Archana has mentioned a couple of times that I'm a teacher, and which I am. So I will come to the part of where, for example, let's say an insurance person comes to me and says that this is a plan and stuff. How do I know that they are qualified to do this, and certification? What kind of process do you have in the back end while hiring people? That what are they qualified for? Could we have something from you, Archana, since you employ a couple of people, lot of people, I should say, in your company? What kind of training do you give them? What kind of updation happens? Tell us a little bit about that from your side.
So we come under central bank. Earlier on insurance authority, now insurance authority is part of central bank. And so they have the kind of the regulations which they put on us. The regulations are the same which they put on insurance companies and banks. We have to follow them. The qualifications of the people, a lot of those things. I mean, I can't go into the absolute nitty-gritty into it, but we have to go into every person. Like they have to be, their equalization has to be done, and all those things. And that's what we do. Yeah.
So do they have a regular exam? Is there some kind of an exam which is done, and some kind of thing which happens regularly?
For couple of employees, we need to be they need to be on the central bank system. So they have to pass that exam also. That needs to be done. And one thing which you were mentioning, I think, like how do you were asking this question, how do we know the people will be, when we sell when any of our policy is issued at our office, after that there is a call which goes, the KYC has to be done, the call goes from the office, especially for the life insurance part. They go into it. Did the person tell you this is this much you have to pay? It has to be for 5 years or 10. So we go through that. That exercise is very important, and that is done by not the person who sold it, by a different person. Yeah. And that person is the kind of the teacher kind, who will be rude, who will be like, you did not tell the client this. So we have to make sure of it, which is good, but that is what their job is. That's what they get paid for, Yeah.
So, ladies, an open question for you. Everything has become on app, and you can put claims there. You can take appointments, whether it is doctor app, whether it's insurance, and everything is like now tech based, which also means that your information and your data is everywhere. So, and cybersecurity is one of the challenges which we are facing on a day-to-day basis. So, how can you, what kind of guarantees do you give to people that yes, your data is safe here? What kind of tech backup do you provide for them to give them that assurance, that mental assurance that you are safe here? Anyone can answer this, please. Go ahead.
Sambhavi, like I would like to answer. Yeah, we Alphatem, we have a very strong IT and cybersecurity team. So that takes care of employees' data very well. And also the compliance we have, that also take care that, nothing is going wrong. We have also been provided with AML training, that's anti-money laundering training. So, we make sure that where the money is coming, and we checking the sources, and also we are very careful with the source of the money and where it is invested. The investment part also, the clients can go and check online. They get the portal access that where their money is invested, what are the returns. So they are constantly made aware about everything what is going on with their data and the finances.
Right. Thank you for that. And Samhita, what is your opinion? There's a lot of artificial intelligence everywhere and predictors. And I was reading an article that still people, those who are underwriters, don't really trust the AI to give full, be 100% sure. So tell us a little bit about that.
So, so first of all, the client or the whosoever is coming to us, we do ask them all the things like, the pre-existing conditions and all. They have to be very transparent with us. And again, as my colleague Archana also mentioned, that there is a welcome call, or you say authenticity. To check the authenticity, we do have verification calls step. So to maintain the confidentiality of the client. So it happens both ways. So insurance also has some strict regulations, especially in UAE from the central bank. So we all are under central bank. So there are regulatory, things that the client has to declare all the pre-existing conditions, and then you also have to be transparent. That it goes in a varies of steps. So it's a win-win for both.
So that means AI is not going to predict what I have or what I don't have. You're still going to have a human interact there and make
See,
sure. Is
AI
that
is the future. As correctly said, everywhere we see AI is jumping, coming up everywhere. But still, as per my belief, no, nothing can replace the human touch.
of course, of
The
course.
Yes,
yes, the role
of
humans are
course.
playing. The emotions or how we deal with the clients. We tell them the emotional impact. What will happen if you will not buy it, or if you will not have it? They're losing something. No, so that
Right.
thing I think AI cannot explain by words.
Right. Archana, very quickly for you. There's a lot of talk about climate action and sustainability and things like that. And because of climate problems, the kind of diseases which are being discovered earlier, lateral, and so many things. Tell us a little bit about that. How important, or what kind of a role is that playing on the insurance policies, policy makers? Basically, what kind of a role is that playing, the climate action?
See, because of this climate action, and I would say the one of the biggest how what is the word, I disruptive force which was there, the corona. So
Yeah.
much has changed. The way people have been falling sick, I mean, it's unbelievable. So
Right.
the insurance cost for that, it has risen because of that. What
Mm.
is insurance? It's a very simple, basic question. Insurance is just risk management. It is nothing more, nothing less. We always think, oh, insurance is to make money, or are they going to loot us? No, it is just covering your risk, pure risk. So the more risks are going up, the cost will go up. If, like, you might have noticed, in 21 and 22, the car insurance was at lowest,
Yeah.
because in 20 there were no cars moving, so the insurance cost went. I mean, I have actually done somebody's insurance, full insurance, for 730 dirhams. 730, the full car insurance. Now I can't even get third party for that.
So,
It's a
and
reality.
especially after the rains last year,
Yeah,
and
so rains has been also a great lesson for people. People are
yeah,
like, now when they take insurance, they are like, everybody wants to go the lowest. And there are some people, that also segment is rising, who are aware that, okay, I need to get a better insurance. I don't want to have this insurance. Like, this one question I still am getting, because people remember last year's rain. uh, is my vehicle covered in case of rain and all? And
right.
we tell them yes. But then if there is a notification from the government that please stay at home, you are not
Mm.
supposed to go out at that time
Okay.
unless and until it's an emergency. So in insurance, there will be always terms and conditions apply. Yes, that will be there. Yes, that is why it covers you. You know,
So,
and
so very quickly, we are almost 29 minutes into our conversation. I can't believe how time has gone by so fast. Very quickly, starting from you, Ritu, one tip which you would like to tell somebody who is looking for insurance. Any quick one tip.
Start investing early and start insurance as early you can, because you will not believe the earlier you start, how much you will save on your premium. And please don't take lightly the power of compounding. So if possible, take a policy which takes care of your insurance, riders, as well as investment. So initially
So,
to
Ritu,
start with, that would be the best one.
so Ritu, that has become 5 tips actually instead of one. But thank you for that.
No, it's
Samita, what
one
about you?
product and it has multiple benefits. It's just one
No,
product.
I'm just, Samita, yeah,
So
what about you? One tip.
I would like to say my favorite line that I tell to everyone, that is the punchline. Please prepare for the unprepared, plan for the unplanned, because we never know. Life is very fragile. You know, in the unforeseen events, emotional void we cannot fulfill. But yes, the financial impact can be taken care of if we are insured.
Right. Thank you so much. Archana, very quickly, your one tip, please.
I think these ladies have covered everything. So basically, when you are taking insurance, be insured for what actually you need. You should not be taking something which you don't need. Like, for example, if I'm staying in Karama, I'm going to go to close by a hospital. Why would I take Mediclinic and all? I mean, if I know I'm going to go to these clinics, I should take that kind of a plan. If I need more alternative medicines, I should take that kind of a plan. We need to be very clear what we need, and that works.
So
Talk to
this
your
is,
advisor.
yeah,
Don't
this,
just take it online. Just We also have an online portal, insurancepolicy.ae, but we advise also that you take. There should be somebody behind that online. That is very important
so
for
I
me.
think we really need to have a conversation behind all this, because I didn't know that you could choose your plan, and you could, because I didn't know. That's it. That's the truth. So thank you very much, ladies, for being here. It's been lovely talking to you, and I'm going to say bye to you and bye to our audience in a minute, please. Yeah, thank you everyone for watching. I can see I have live audience here. If you have questions which you want to put in here, please do go ahead. And please do follow these ladies, ask them more questions. They will be happy to answer you, because, as they have very rightly pointed out, insurance is something to protect you, and protect you from emotional, physical, critical, all kinds of issues which you may face, which we are day to day. New diseases are being discovered, new treatments are coming up. And if you want to cope up with them, be and have a lifestyle which is worthy of what you are, then please go ahead and do keep these conversations going. Thank you so much for watching till now. Collaborate to co create. Bye bye. It's Shambhavi here saying bye to you now.